All right, it's Saturday morning here at Princeton, and let's start off the day with a walk up to the antiques on the hill, and then we'll see what else we can find in the swap. All right, I'm out here in Memory Lane, and let's walk down the line and check out the sleds. So starting off with a 250Z, those are beautiful. Another Z here. Merc Trail Twister. Those are always pretty neat. Now how about this? An aggressive XLT, the high output one. That's pretty cool. You know, those aggressives they're growing on me. I think I've said that a few times.
You want that one started?
You want to start it? That'd be great. Everybody.
I can, even though I'm getting older, I just tend to key. That's nice.
Everybody loves to hear a triple.
Oh yeah, they are nice.
Nice. Thank you.
I always love the sound of the players' triples.
Absolutely. And the XLT is kind of unique. It's its own sound.
Oh yeah.
They sound good, and they're not.
People didn't care for the XLTs, but I love them myself.
No, they're great.
Over the years.
That's the biggest selling snowmobile ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Macy Whirlwind, this is actually a Scorpion, obviously, built under contract there in Crosby.
The Maverick needs a little cat butter.
All right, we have found Valdy's Red Rocket that he bought from Mike Stratichek. And here it is. Maybe we'll try to get Valdy up here for an interview later. It was all covered up. I uncovered it for him. So there you go, Valdy. Your cover's in the trunk. All right, we're here with Valdy taking a look at his Red Rocket. Valdy, what year is this Red Rocket?
1997. It was build date late in 96. Some people call them 77 and a half. I call it 1997.
Gotcha. She's pretty sweet. Where did it come from?
This one was sourced at in a near a cabin up in northern Minnesota. That's the story.
Okay.
You know, and I knew the guy who fixed it up, and he said it was his neighbor. It's been in the garage. You know, one of those deals.
Okay.
But very fortunate to get this.
Yeah.
This is you know, a storied model.
Yeah. Should we tell them what's so special about it?
Well, this was you know, a racer back in the day. Corey Davidson won the I-5 or the I-500 race, they called it then.
Yep.
With this one. Polaris last year took this as a basis for one of their tribute sleds. Their XCR special edition last year had this coloration on it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I would love to have the brand new one sitting next to it, but
Yeah, they pretty much copied the graphics. So the big deal on this is that this was a 440 Liberty twin with exhaust valves.
Correct. Isn't it true that this was the first of the Liberties?
This was the first of the Liberties
Yes.
and the first of the exhaust valves.
Yes.
Should we show it to him, Valdy?
Yeah, come on. Let's take a peek in the internals here.
There's some stuff about it that's a little different than the later Liberties. So you can see the exhaust valve hardware, like the caps, and I think even the rubber diaphragms are different than the later ones.
Okay, yes.
That's what I've been told.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't paint the head red yet.
Yes, yes.
But
Yes.
otherwise, it's kind of standard Case Reed Liberty twin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it does, being an early one, it does have the Ducati ignition in it. So you can always tell immediately by this style, that's a Ducati.
Yes.
So they work when they work. They work pretty good.
Yeah, it hadn't started in about 10 years, but we got it going the other day, and it's just a pleasure to be able to
Nice.
Drive on, drive off.
Nice.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'll tell you what, Valdi, I don't want to be a nitpicky guy, but later on, I'm going to buy a red handle for you. We'll get rid of that purple one there.
Yeah, there's some purple accents here. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
I think I should shop around for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Correct.
No, it's pretty cool, Valdi. Thanks for showing us your sled.
You bet.
And I was just explaining to the people, let's talk about the ride-in this year.
Yes. Well, our event is moving. We found a new location near a lake in the north and west quadrant of the Twin Cities. And we think it'll bring back the aura, the mood of the old Laconia location.
Right.
We're even going so far as to getting a pork chop vendor there, and we want to just be able to tool around. It's on a major trail. We've got a very supportive family and community. The county was all in. We got the DNR permit for the lake. So we think that things are falling into place for a new location, and we're going to give it its inaugural year at the end of January.
That's great. And that's in Dayton, Minnesota?
Yeah, Dayton,
Grove?
Osseo, Rogers area, if you know the towns around there.
All right. And folks, here, me and Valdi are going to make you a promise right now. We know this is weird going to a new place. The first year there is weird. So after pumpkin season is over, because they do a pumpkin patch thing, we're going to head out there. We're going to go on a reconnaissance mission, and we're going to film it for you so you can see how this place is laid out, get an idea where you're going, what the facilities look like, all that. We're going to bring that to you ahead of time so it's not a shock to you when you go there in January.
Yeah. All right, a little travel log there, get a lay of the land.
Yep.
And so you just, know what to expect when you show up on the end of January.
Yep, there you go. All right, thanks
Fred.
Valdi. All right, we got a Kirk Hibbert ZR440 Arctic Cat. This is Kirk Hibbert right there on the windshield. The owner's not here, so I can't get the story on it. Would like to know if Kirk actually raced it or if it's a replica, a tribute, what it is, but pretty neat. All right, we got a little Polaris display. It's chained off, but I'll reach you over the chain. 65 Mustang, 75 TC. If you look back and find the advertisements for this TC, you'll see pictures of them stuffing it in the back of a station wagon. That's kind of cool. Kind of a kid sled. I think an adult maybe could ride it if they were on the smaller side. And 76 Mustang. All right, we got an RV Blizzard here. 6,500 plus it says. Unfortunately, it's got these flags flying. I can't get you. Yeah, maybe right there. There you go. All right, a little ASCOA display here. Old Polaris. We've shown this one on the channel a few times. Pretty cool. 340 Snow Pony. I think I sold that one to Pooch. And a wild one. Very cool. Megaphone Sock single. Bet it's loud. Pins, Isle, Minnesota. Must be Les's. Little tiny Arctic Cat. All right, we're into the Gillen display. I don't see Rodney or Dan here, but they've shown us these many times. They're beautiful. They're very generous to always bring them out and share them with the public, let everybody see them. Cool sleds. I've ridden this one. One time Rodney wanted me to ride a moto ski, so I hopped on this at a show. It was a good time. And Greg used to own this Sonic. He sold it to Rodney. And the moto ski little mini bikes are pretty cool too. All right, we're over here at the Rupp tent. And it is early in the morning, so there's a little shade, but boy, I think the camera's picking up the red pretty good. Now, I'm showing you guys these, but we did a great coverage of this at the ride-in the year before last, the ride-in before last. The Rupp people are very gracious, nice, very willing to talk about their sleds. So I'm encouraging you to go back if you want to know more about these sleds and their history. Go back and find that ride-in video where we did a bunch of interviews with the Rupp crew here. But these are just beautiful. They always do a great display every year. So, very nice. Very nice stuff. Love these Magnums. Beautiful. Very nice. Yeah, that Magnum 340. Ooh, beautiful. Nice lineup of sleds. I think they like white sleds with black accents. Just a wild guess.
He's on the iPod, now it'll be on.
81 SRX 440. Those SSRs they're beautiful. That's probably the best looking Yamaha they ever made. Massey Storm, once again made by Scorpion, and a Whirlwind. And then the Scorpion was made by Articat. 81, it's basically an 81 LT grade, but with the older 440 engine instead of the 500 engine that the 81 6000 came with. Very cool, desirable sled, awesome graphics on it, cool looking seat, neat. And the bullwhip, oh I know, 5% of you watching really want to see the bullwhip. Well, I do too, but I got a lot of priorities, I got a lot of stuff going on, but I will get to it eventually. But yeah, I do like the looks of a bullwhip. Those are one of the best looking sled they ever made. All right, here's Mitchell. This is apparently Mitchell Fruth's sled. And Mitchell, you guys know, is a friend of the channel, and wish he was around. Maybe we'll find him later and talk to him about it. But yeah, Mitchell's a longtime supporter of the channel and a longtime friend. Great guy. Missy Nats, it says on this one. We got another XCR 440 here, and yet another XCR, and looks like an Edge. Pretty cool.
Gets better. 12 for 54.
You know, I walked by this yesterday and I didn't even pay attention. Is that what they're doing? They're making imprints of the gauges? So it's not really a windshield sculpture, it's like a splash?
No, it's a garage fire victim.
It's a garage fire victim, he says. Oh boy. Yeah, that's too bad. That explains the paint then too. That's kind of funny and kind of sad, but it didn't wreck the sled, so I guess it's more funny than sad.
But look, we have a donor hood with beautiful grills and plastic parts.
There we go. Boa Brothers, these guys are the most brand loyal, hardcore, won't ride anything else people you'll ever meet. Exactly. And they hate Skidoo.
Exactly.
All right, we got some new arrivals here. 440 XCR. Oh no, it's not an XCR, it's just an XC 440. Got an XCR seat on it though. And 500 XC. And what do we got over here? It's got an extra 12. It's an evolved XLT.
So this is my 81, well, I should say ours, 81 Centurion that my dad and I found, mainly him. So we found this up at 5 Seasons, Polaris dealer up in northern Minnesota in Eveleth. And I actually went to buy 2 XCR 800s. And then my dad was like, "You're missing everything you see." And then I looked, and then I'm like, well, yeah, okay. It's a first gen Indy, whatever. And he goes, "No, these are kind of hard to find." so when we found it and we were kind of wheeling and dealing with the guy that owns 5 Seasons, and then we ended up coming up with a deal. The motor was stuck when I got it, but I thought to myself, I don't think it will be too much to get it freed up. So we got home and I put some fogging oil down the plug hole and just kept wiggling the clutch back and forth, and that's about it. And then I pulled it in our shop and I went to service the primary clutch and the crank seal fell apart in my hand. So then I figured, well, gonna take the motor out. Took the motor out, and then I thought to myself, well, that's weird, there's no antifreeze in here. So then I started kind of whatever. One of the heads had eroded kind of by the stud hole, it kind of eroded away. So,
oh no.
So fixed that, so the head is original. I had to rinse the cooling system out. I just stuck a garden hose in one end and let it go on the other end. And so the motor is the original motor minus the crank seals and the gaskets. Other than that, everything's original on the motor. It still has the original pistons, the old tin spiral circlip, I guess you could call it.
Yep.
And then I'm trying to think, in the front drive bearing, on the front drive on the left side, the Speedo Cup side, that I had to put a new bearing in because I had to cut it off because I had to pull the skid and track out. The reason why it didn't have antifreeze, where they weld the barb fitting on for the coolant, that weld wasn't that good. So I had to take the skid and track out and had a good friend of mine weld it, clean it up. And then, so everything is original to a T.
This is an incredible survivor.
The speedometer, when we got it, it had 416, and
434 miles. Holy cow.
We speed run it. That's about all it will see, mainly, and then other than just trailering it. But we left the paint and everything and the blemishes the way we found it, just because where are you gonna find one?
Yeah, no, this is a reference piece. In the car world, they call a find like this a reference piece that they use to figure out how to restore other cars.
Yes.
So incredible.
And then the windshield is original too.
Really?
It was tall, but it was split right on this, I guess you could call it where they have it creased here.
Yeah.
And well, my dad kind of mapped out an idea, well, we might as well try saving it. So we cut it short, and we didn't mind the look of it. And then I just took a aggressive windshield border, I guess you could call it, and used that. It is the original brake yet.
No kidding.
Yep.
Look at the paint on that. They never have paint.
I'm trying to think. This is the original seat.
Oh yeah, we got to show them the seat.
Everybody that sees it, well, it's a Conrad seat. No, it ain't.
No.
I will argue that.
These are heat pleats right here. They're not sewn. And very important, this panel is black, and this is midnight blue.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll come out on the camera, but the only other one I know for sure was an 82 TXC that had a black panel on top and midnight blue on the sides, but the 82 TXC didn't have any pleating on there.
Another fun fact, what's original? The gas cap. The float and everything, still the original float. Still
No kidding.
Works.
And look at the trunk door.
That's original.
Original blue.
With the toolkit also in there, and some of my speedrun cards, junk, and dryer sheets, of course.
Yeah, but look at that nice blue, unpainted. That's what they're supposed to look like, folks.
Yeah.
You never see that. And the same with that seat decal. Wow. Wow.
And I'm trying to think what else. I mean, the hood, it does have a couple blemishes, but like we said, we just wanted to leave it in its original state.
Don't restore it. That'd be a tragedy. Well, should we show them what's under the hood?
Yeah, we can show them under the hood. So under the hood, I didn't even really Illuma-Brite the motor. I literally I took everything apart and washed it with Dawn dish soap. just to retain its kind of patina kind of look.
But look at the bolts. Those are original hardware, right?
Yep. Didn't re-zinc nothing.
So that's the color they're supposed to be. When you see that super dark yellow, that's not right.
I'm trying to think what else. Still has original gas lines that are soft.
That's incredible.
Other than I added a shut off in there just for when we trailer it.
Yep.
Made some of the steering was really loose because the fit and finish when they were back in the day, they were more or less just getting them out the door.
Yep.
So Brittany's dad, who's sitting over there, Troy, and my dad, they came up with an idea on the bell crank to tighten it up. And they were doing that when I was rinsing the cooling system out. And the chain case, that's all original. Like I said, the brakes original, the pull ropes original.
Awesome.
The carbs were stuck when I got it, but I put them in my ultrasonic and let them just heat.
Yep.
And I used the roll pry bar and I kept just easing them up, and then they loosen up, and then everything came out. It still has the original closed face P85 on it, and this is the original belt it came with. This is the original belt that it had on it. And then I just had a 1042 sitting around, so I added that, and we speed run it. Other than that, I do the foam. We just took an aftermarket SP1 filter foam.
Yep.
And just cut it down and made it fit, just so there's something there.
Yep.
Original Hyfaxes.
Yes.
That's incredible. Original Hyfax on it still.
The original transparent blue, and that's kind of how you know there's no miles on it, being the transparent blue Hyfaxes you could only get them from Polaris. So, I mean, I do have the key switch at home. We just put a tether on it for the ISR rules.
Yep.
When I speed run it. I'm trying to think, the best I've ran with it, and I'm 200 pounds. I'm not light. I think I ran 89, I think I ran with me on it. Virtually bone stock. Gearing stock. I have 190 main jets. Original is 200. And what else? It's got a pick track. That's it.
Nice. Nice. Well, thanks for showing it to us, Eric. This is awesome.
Yes.
This is a real time capsule here.
Yes. I mean, a lot of people ask about it, if I ever would sell it. I don't think I ever could be in it. My dad and I had a project, and Brittany's dad. We all kind of had a hand in it. And I think now it's kind of part of the family, and it's hard to get rid of. So
yeah,
we plan on hanging on to it. I'll just say on the video, the not for sale price is $20,000.
There you go. That's what I tell people too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody wanted to buy Hot Donna this morning, like 20 grand.
Yeah.
It's like, are you serious? I'm
Yes.
serious about not selling it.
Yes. But like I said, I mean, we left it in its original state, how we found it, other than we put some picks in the track just so we could speed run it. And I mean, that's about it. I guess I've yet to see an original one and I've been to some sled shows or races and whatnot, and I've yet to see an original IFS Centurion. I've seen the 79s, which I'd like a 79. I think the 80, in my opinion, is the most, if you will, the one you would see the most.
Yep.
And then I've never seen an 82 in person. I know the 82, it might be a little harder than this one.
I've seen them. They're around and they exist, but they're not real common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Original, I guess, the choke flipper even, that's original.
That's crazy.
But it's an original piece, is as original as you can get.
That's awesome. Well, thanks for showing it to us, Eric.
No problem.
I appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right, I was told about these yesterday. It's an Irbis. I was told they're Russian. I know nothing about them. It looks a lot like a scooter engine, you know, like a Vespa or a Zuma or something. Kind of interesting. Snow scooters, I guess. All right, that wraps up the Princeton swap. Hopefully you enjoyed the coverage. We're going to have more swaps now in the fall and more shows. It's going to be great. Make sure you hit subscribe. So I want to say a huge thanks to everybody that gave us a super thanks. You guys are really helping the channel. It really wakes up the YouTube algorithm. And I also want to say a huge thanks to all the patrons. Patrons, you're the best. Your support, which continues all year long, really helps us out. And for those that don't know, the patrons kick in a little bit each month, $5 or $10, and they help us out with beer and pizza and parts and all that with that money. And in return, well, the patrons get to see all the videos early and ad-free on Patreon, and they get patron-only videos. And then last but not least, as you've seen either in this video or part 1 of Princeton, if there was a part 1 and part 2, I don't know how it's going to shake out when I edit. But as you've seen, a lot of people just gave us cash donations here at Princeton. We really appreciate you guys too. And if you want to get your face on the channel, that's a sure way to do it. So thanks for watching. Hit subscribe, and we'll see you at the shows and swaps.